I think I am a cocktail enthusiast myself. I love making different concoctions, especially the ones with some fun desi flavors mixed into it.
Okay.
People may have commonly heard about, say, old-fashioned. That's a common cocktail that you hear.
Like
or mojitos, very popular. Pina colada if you're on the beach to have some.
Absolutely.
So what I like to do is add Indian flavors to it, and like the Indian spices. We have open your masala box and you'll have your whole playground.
The whole one, yeah. Like 20 of them.
Right. Or, ginger. Cardamom, and there is pepper. So many interesting spices that we can mix. So, to add to your strategy, Jiju.
Okay. I have a strategy?
It looks like you do. You're talking about it.
I like that. When you say like that,
But what I'll say is don't add water, add spices to them.
So that becomes a desi cocktail.
Desi cocktail.
Okay.
So, I've been trying out a few new cocktails this spring.
Oh, you have been trying out.
Yes.
So why don't you talk about or share those details? Looks like you've gone through it, you tested it out, and people loved it, I'm sure. Yes. So why don't you share some with our audience?
I'll be happy to. In fact, I have a few things to show as well. So as a bartendress or an amateur bartendress, if I may say that, with desi flavored cocktails.
Yes.
This is probably a most essential tool to have in your kitchen. It's a shaker. It's a cocktail shaker. So it has these strainer like thingies at the bottom. So you can add stuff to it, close it, shake it, and then you can make your drink. So certainly a very important tool to have.
Important tool. That's a hourglass? What is it?
You could pass for an hourglass. This is actually called a jigger.
Oh, Jane Jigger Jane Man. Is that the same jigger or some other jigger? Similar.
You could sing that song when you use it maybe. This is actually used to measure the cocktail proportions.
I see.
So this
you
is
measure
half a measure. This is one measure. It's about 1 ounce.
Oh, I never knew that you have to measure alcohol before putting into the glass. You have to measure it?
You don't want to end up drunk.
Okay.
So chemistry. That's what excites me about cocktails actually. So this spring I have 2 fun cocktails to recommend to you and our audience here. One is called Mastani Maple Elaichi, and Vijay, if you can share the recipe video with the audience in a minute. I'll just explain the cocktail first, where the Mastani Maple Elaichi cocktail, which is coming up on the screen right now.
What is it saying?
It has bourbon whiskey in it. That's the main daru in that. And maple, of course, maple syrup, which I got inspired when I was in Vermont, which is also known for maple syrup making.
Okay.
Some fresh cardamom, that's the desiness there. Cardamom and lime.
What is the Indian name for it, cardamom?
Elaichi.
Elaichi, okay.
That's the name.
Okay.
So cardamom and nimbu, and you can see the recipe on the proportions that you have to use to mix all these together. So certainly this tool here, the jigger, Jane Jigger, is very Jane Jigger in making this cocktail. And the dash of cardamom powder that the audience can see here will add a nice kick to it. It blends the sweetness of the maple syrup and the sourness of the lime, and just adds a fun flavor.
Oh wow, this is amazing! I think I'm going to try this out. But have you given this to men and women alike, and they enjoyed it?
I'm glad you mentioned that. You know, I have normally seen, generalizing, I love whiskey. I'm a whiskey gal.
Okay.
But women tend to prefer something more sweet.
Well, I also tend to prefer something sweet.
Okay, right? So more maple syrup in that drink
whiskey,
for you.
I like whiskey, but what do we have it for me, right? Do I have a lighter drink that I can enjoy?
I have just the next drink that I would like to share. This is called Nimbu Ginger, what's it called? Nimbu Ginger Honeymoon.
Honeymoon?
That's my own name, so I had to think a little bit to come up with that.
So that doesn't mean that you need to be in honeymoon.
No, but guess what's in there? Nimbu, ginger, honeymoon.
So ginger is there, honey is there, and moon cannot be there.
Yes.
Moon, sen can be there. But okay, so ginger and honey is what I would think. Plus gin, maybe gin.
Gin? Oh, he's a smart guy.
I'm a smart guy. Okay.
For once, you've impressed me, Jiju.
Okay.
Wow. So this has gin in it. It's a gin-based drink.
Okay.
So lighter, sweeter. Honey, of course. So again, Nimbu, ginger, honeymoon is coming up right on screen. Thanks, right. Vijay, for sharing that recipe with the audience through
10
this
minutes.
video.
Okay. Does it take 10 minutes or just saying?
I think the 10 minutes is primarily because you have to make a honey syrup, which is super easy.
Okay.
Just add equal parts of honey and equal parts of water. Mix it up with a little bit of heat so that the honey melts.
Okay.
So you can use that concoction. In fact, you can use that concoction instead of simple syrup, which is sugar syrup. So honey is a better
much more healthier. I think,
healthier.
Right?
And it has ginger in it. So that's a desi flavored spice.
Okay.
Like I think the honey, ginger, and the nimbu, the lime combination adds a nice, maybe a COVID-friendly feel to it.
Oh, COVID-friendly. Okay, so this is what I've heard of it, right? Ginger and honey and nimbu can be a good immunity enhancer, booster, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're giving a drinks that could increase the immunity, right? And honey is healthy.
Yes.
So basically it's a healthy drink, but it's still alcoholic drink.
Okay, we are not promoting alcoholic drinking or consumption or any brand that you see in here. None of these are promoted. This is just my own creations that I do at home, and this show does not promote or take any liability towards.
But again, I mean, it's always good to know what are my choices.
Yes.
If I'm drinking, let's say, these kind of drinks, what are my choices to make it more desi?
Absolutely.
Right? That's what this show is all about.
Yes.
We're talking about everything and anything about desis, and here desi drinks also.
Exactly. So cheers to that.
Cheers to that.